Well, good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It is the middle of the week, a Wednesday. In fact, Wednesday, June 28th. Hard to believe. We only got 2 days left to this month, and July starts this weekend. Got a day off next week for 4th of July. Summer is in full session. And if you haven't been outside yet, go outside in the morning. After like 10, don't even bother. You will melt. I mean, literally, it feels like we're heading towards the sun. It's crazy out there. So stay inside, either at your desk at work or at home if you're working at home, and we'll keep you up to date with the show this morning. We've got some special guests joining us, but we want to mention to you, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, 10 a.m., just about every weekday morning that HCC is in session. And you can also watch us in any social media, LinkedIn, we're on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel, Twitter, all across social media as Houston Community College District. Real important that you put the district in there, and you can watch all of our programming. And we're on HCCTV with this particular show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Okay, we've got a couple of special guests we're going to talk to this morning. First off, I want to introduce, we're welcoming the winner of our business plan competition, Crystal Williams Lister, owner and CEO of Mommy and Me, The Listers. Crystal, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, congrats on the business plan competition. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. So sit back, grab some coffee. I'll be with you in about 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to kick things off. You know, we had a board meeting last week at HCC, had some fantastic news from the HCC Foundation. We're joined now by Ryan McCauley, the chair of the HCC Foundation Board of Directors. Welcome back to the show, Ryan. Always good to see you.
Todd, it's a pleasure to be back here, especially under these circumstances.
I know you've always, well, it seems like every time you come on the show, you have some great news, some great things to talk about, whether it's a gala or fundraising. But this, we're going to hear about HCC's Invest in Houston's Future campaign. Now, heard about it at the board meeting, huge news involving that. But tell us when this began and where you ended up with the campaign.
Sure. And thank you for asking. Thank you for having us on. I speak on behalf of the entire Foundation Board of Directors, and we're excited to tell you that in 2019, at the beginning of the school year, we recognized the need that our students had and the college had. And so we kicked off a comprehensive fundraising campaign. We'd never done anything like it before. And I'll be honest with you, we were a little nervous. We were hoping we'd be able to raise our goal.
And you were able to get a pretty good amount for this goal. Tell us about the goal itself and where you ended up as far as money.
Sure, I'd love to. That's the best part, right? We worked hand in hand with the college to identify all the unmet needs that our students have. And we took those needs to the community to see what kind of response we could get. And I am ecstatic to tell you that 16 months ahead of schedule, we completed raising $20 million for our students. And that was against a goal of $20 million. So we're excited about the success we've had and even what that means for our students as they're embarking on their educational journey.
And in fact, you guys are ahead of schedule because let me throw out a number, $20,128,017. That's what you guys have gone over the $20 million mark. But this wasn't done by one person. This is a teamwork thing. And you mentioned that at the board meeting. Maybe you can tell us more about that.
You know, it was an honor. It was an honor to present one of those big novelty-sized checks to the HCC Board of Trustees. Because really, it starts with them. They're one of our most important partners, but it's not just them. Our HCC Foundation staff, led by Karen Schmidt, and her entire team work tirelessly to make these philanthropic discussions become a reality.
And you also work with the Chancellor's Executive Council. I mean, we had vice chancellors and presidents playing a role in this too, right?
Todd, I would be remiss if I didn't say that everybody at HCC who values students, which means everybody at HCC, role in such success. It starts with the Chancellor's Executive Council. Their support and leadership in letting us, Foundation board members, Foundation staff, come up with the country with some of our most important connectors, networkers, and eventually donors in the community.
This is I read somewhere that this is being called HCC's Dream Team. Who brought this to fruition? Would that be a correct term?
I think teamwork with a capital T is the right way to say it. Dream team is an even better way to say it. You know, Chancellor Maldonado has done such an instrumental job of leading the charge from the top. I think he's helped us create a culture of philanthropy at HCC that really is unique across our peer universe of other community colleges.
You mentioned specifically several of the presidents, and I was kind of blown away by the amounts that they've been able to raise. I don't know if you remember some of those amounts, but I mean, it seemed like some of them were in excess of, close to $1 million, several $100,000. Is that correct?
Absolutely. College presidents played an instrumental role, a huge role, a vital role in raising this $20 million. We had college presidents that were responsible for over $1 million. In fact, two of them were responsible for raising over $4 million as part of this campaign, and it wouldn't have been possible without their hard work and dedication.
Let's talk about the students, because the students are really what this fundraising is for, to give them some funds to attend college. Let's talk about the recipients of Invest in Houston's Future campaign. The deadline to apply for the scholarships has been extended a little bit, but that's coming up. What does that mean in essence?
You know what it means? It means we're trying to help more students. We're trying to extend deadlines. We're trying to make it simpler for students to apply for scholarships. The process of us deciding on scholarships is already as simple as it could get. It's need-based. If you need a scholarship, please apply for one. Go to our website, the HCC Foundation website, which is a part of HCC's website. It's very easy to find, and apply for a scholarship if you're a student that needs one.
We're going to put a link in our social media post after this show. Ryan, I know you've been very active in the foundation for several years. On a personal basis, people may say, you've got a full-time job. You do this, which is a full-time job. Mm-hmm. What does this give to you? What do you get out of all of this at the end of the day?
Thank you for asking that question. I think the scholarship recipient luncheon is the best way to explain what we get out of this as foundation board members. We get to interact and meet and shake hands and give hugs, and sometimes even shed a happy tear, a tear of joy, some of these scholarship recipients. And it gives me chills right now just describing the feeling they get when we are talking to a student who would not have been able to continue their education but for the scholarship that they received from HCC. And I'll tell you this, Todd, a lot of our students are one flat tire away from having to make a really hard choice between their education or a life event. So we're proud that we play a small but important role in their continued success.
Well, you certainly hit the nail on the head, because I've heard that from not only foundation, but from financial aid. We had an emergency fund thing here at HCC that we provide students with funding to get their tires fixed, because they were saying, light bills are going up, gas prices are going up, students are having to choose, but this gives them the leeway to not worry about the finances, at least for their college, and they can attend that. Ryan, I know you guys had a luncheon back in the fall. I believe I was there with y'all, but you also had a gala back in 2022. Is there one on tap for 2024?
We've already got that for 2024. We're really excited to have it. It's going to be in April. Hilton America's put it on right now, and never too early to start thinking about volunteering at the event, asking maybe people in your network for sponsorship for the event. And we're really excited honoring Dr. Rubin at this event itself. So it's a wonderful event. It's going to be where dreams take flight, honoring community college, and we can be more excited about it.
Ryan McCauley, he is the chair of the HCC Foundation Board of Directors. We appreciate you joining us. We appreciate all the work that you do. And I know that your wife does as well, because I've seen her out there at all the events as well. Y'all do a great job. We appreciate both of you. We look forward to seeing you in the future.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
All right. And we're going to have all the information on the foundation in our post after the show. Okay, we're going to switch gears a bit and highlight which we just had, our business plan competition just happened at the, I believe you had award ceremony over at the West Houston Institute. And we're joined right now by Crystal Williams-Lister. She is the owner and CEO of Mommy and Me, the Listers, and the first place winner of the HCC business plan competition. Crystal, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I hear you saying that, but it's still so unreal to us.
Well, it's not unreal for you because you won 12 grand, correct?
I did. This is true.
That's a pretty good deal. Before we get to that, I want to hear about your business. Tell us what is Mommy and Me, the Listers. Tell us what you guys are all about.
So Mommy and Me, the Listers is a STEM educational vehicle geared towards outreach and engagement and supersized experiences. We bring science right to the people. We started with a YouTube channel and we've expanded to be even more. So we do road shows right in the community, in the greater Houston area. We are at the Foster YMCA, which is our home there for, we're expanding, but we have a residency there. So we host an expo style STEM carnival, hands-on, engaging, interactive, and the kids get a lot. The parents get support as well for the learning in-home continuum, and it's so much more than just a day.
And tell us a bit about your background and what led you to this. What made you want to get out into the public and educate kids about what STEM's all about?
So I grew up in inner city Houston, and a lot of people don't believe this, but when I grew up, I wanted to be a cashier until I became a cashier. And then I was like, I can cashier no more. I checked my last item. And so I was matriculating through the Houston Independent School District. I became an educator. And then I was exposed to the world of STEM, robotics, coding, programming, and that was the way of the future for me. And I had a father who poured into me daily. I wasn't very good student with math, if you can believe it. But he went to work and came home that morning and taught me everything I needed to know about my homework that I didn't understand the night before. So because he spearheaded that, I grew a love for learning as well. Once I became a teacher, I had another student who wanted to be a cashier. And I was like, oh no, never. So I knew that I had to change my trajectory to change others like her who looked like me. And so I wanted to do that, not just for that one student, but in mass form and really do it for the community. And so Mommy and Me was birthed after I had my two little ones.
Well, you mentioned being a cashier, and I've got to tell you, when I was in high school, I worked at Kroger and I was a bagger for a while, and then they promoted me to cashier. I thought it was the best thing in the world. I was in high school. They were paying me like $12 an hour back then. And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm making this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, But yeah, I did it for like 6 months, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So you have to find out what you want in life, and I appreciate that you're getting out there and exposing this. What you had your children. What led you to launch Mommy and Me?
So I have an amazing support system and a village who speaks to the hero in me before I ever saw it. My good friend came and she saw how well my eldest was fluent in English, like speaking Spanish at 17 months. And nobody could believe that, the pandemic kind of sheltered us. And so people were like, Chrissy speaks so well. How do you do it? And then I had other parents ask that too, as we would, Facebook Live and things like that. And so I was encouraged to start a YouTube channel to see how I had this gift of teaching, and I poured into my children. And then I actually asked anyone on Facebook, hey, I know in the pandemic, everybody kind of had to be teachers, but I was really specialized in the field. So how can I help? And so there birthed Mommy and Me. So we brought not just education, but starting with toddlers, if you could believe it, but experiences, STEM experiences, things that you can do in your own home to show that you can bring out the scientist in them as well.
I know it's crazy how, I remember going to typing classes when I was in high school to learn how to type, and it was a whole semester. Now, my almost 3-year-old, grandson can pick up the iPhone and start typing things in with 2 fingers. I'm like, what is going on here? It took me 17 years to learn how to do that, and I still didn't learn,
Yes.
They certainly do pick it up. They pick it up so incredibly fast. Let's talk about taking the steps to become an entrepreneur, because you obviously had to do a lot of studying. You had to get some opinions from others. Who helped you along this way to getting to the business plan competition?
So while it's my charge. I know that I was born to be a teacher, hands down. I used to do it to my dolls, to other children in the neighborhood. And I had this charge to bring STEM to communities. So of course that required a lot of learning about small businesses and what that looks like, and even what quantifies a small business. So again, I tapped into my village. I had an elder who went through it before, started businesses before, who really helped me, but they turned me to the SBA. And so with the SBA, you get advisors. With SCORE, I was open to a whole world that I didn't know existed of free resources for like-minded entrepreneurs. And so then I went through the liftoff competition with gave me amazing advisors. It helped me hone in my business plan. And then I landed at HCC, which I'm obviously so thankful, not just for the wealth of knowledge, but they brought the advisors right to us.
Yeah.
They brought the subject matter experts. They brought the skills that I needed. And I'm all over the place, okay? So I want to conquer the world in every facet, especially in education. But they allowed me to really narrow down my focus to grow my business. I wanted to do, we have a book on Amazon, the alphabet coloring book that Chrissy and Kinsley, my two toddlers, co-authored. I wanted to do outreach and engagement, YouTube videos, sell merchandise, STEM kits, all these things.
Yeah.
And then they're like, pick one, Crystal, pick one. And so I was able to focus on the Mommy and Me, the Listers STEM Carnival, as well as our Maverick workshops. That's kind of, two, but it helps me hone in and focus my business plan to ultimately go to the finalists and pitch my way to the top.
Well, congratulations on that win, because I hear from, everybody who goes into the competition, even the ones who did not win, about how the knowledge and the mentoring helped them get their business focused. Just like you were saying, you won $12,000. What are you going to do with it?
So we are purchasing equipment. So we're hands-on, minds-on. We want to make sure that the kids leave with something lasting to where it's more than a day, and also continue the in-home learning continuum. That's our big push. So you do this amazing stuff, but we want you to take something away and leave a lasting impression. So what we're going to do is purchase 3D printers to help build our makerspace, as well as 3D equipment, augmented reality, virtual reality, like goggles like the Quest, to give them the hands-on, minds-on connection, as well as have that tap into our next iteration of our STEM alphabet coloring book. So when you look at it with an AR, VR goggles, it actually comes to life. So it engages you even more.
What do you think's next for Mommy and Me? You already said you want to take over the world. What's next for y'all?
The sky's the limit. So ultimately, we are going to increase our STEM Carnival footprint in the greater Houston area and beyond. We've already expanded with another YMCA, the Texans YMCA. So we're hoping to bring some of them along with us, as well as have videographers come along. But ultimately, I wouldn't mind expanding to Nickelodeon for our STEM,
Oh, there you go.
STEM YouTube videos, Nickelodeon. But ultimately, we're going to reach more and teach more. We're excited about Mommy and Me being a household name and go-to for high quality STEM education.
It's an incredible idea, and we wish you the best of luck. Crystal Williams Lister, she's the owner and CEO of Mommy and Me, the Listers, and the first place winner of the HCC Business Plan Competition. Crystal, if people want to find you in social media, where could they go?
On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, but most importantly, YouTube.
Yep.
We're at Mommy and Me, the Listers. We created a synergy there. And find us on our website at mommyandmethelisters.com.
We're going to have all that information in our social media post after the show. We would encourage everybody to subscribe to your YouTube channel and help everybody out. We appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Todd.
All right, Crystal, congrats to you.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a few announcements to go through. One of them I know because I was working on these a little while ago this morning. PEP performance reviews. Yep, those are going on. They're due by June the 30th. You want to get these done because here's the big deal. We had Izzy Anderson on the show, the vice chancellor of our HR, and she made a big announcement that faculty is due for a raise, and staff is due for a raise as well, up to 4%. So you want to make sure you get your PEPs done to qualify for that raise. That'll kick in September 1st, and you start getting the paycheck on September 15th. So make sure you get your PEPs done by the end of the week, this Friday, June 30th. Don't wait till after. Don't be like, hey, I didn't get a chance to do it. No, get it done. You got time to do it now. Get your PEPs done, and we can all get some raises. That's all good stuff. Good news. Okay, summer STEM camps from HCC and Verizon. Those are happening as well. It's time to register for the next session of the HCC and Verizon's free summer STEM enrichment program for middle school students. The next session, session 2, is July the 10th through the 28th. They're free camps. I think they provide lunch for the kids as well. To HCC's East Side campus in the Workforce Building. We'll have a link in our post after this show, so you can register for that. SCORE workshops. You heard about how SCORE helped Crystal with her business, Mommy and Me. Well, SCORE workshops are continuing. They're talking about sales techniques. These are entrepreneurs through HCC's entrepreneurial initiatives is offering another free SCORE workshop to learn more about sales. Want to learn all about it? 1 to 3 p.m. Thursday, July 6th at the Missouri City campus. Check our show after this is over, and we'll have some information in our post. The conference is free. You can attend it, get some learning knowledge, and go out and get your business going. Instagram, One College Exhibition. Throughout the summer, Instagram will continue to serve as gallery walls for an exhibition of studio classes for all colleges in the HCC system. A viewing link is available now through August the 14th. Of course, it's free. We'll have that link in our post after the show as well. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we got a couple more days left in the week. I know it's Wednesday. We got Thursday, Friday. We come back Monday. I know. A lot of people are going to say I'm taking vacation day. Tuesday is 4th of July. So Tuesday's 4th of July. We're off. So you come back Monday, off on Tuesday. Don't party too much because we had to come back Wednesday. Some people are extending their vacation, but you do you. All right. That's the way it goes. 4th of July is ahead of us next week. So there will be no up to the minute, and HCC will be closed, but open on Monday, closed on Tuesday, open on Wednesday. I know it's confusing, but just bear with us. Tuesday, July 4th. Happy 4th of July. Fall registration is open. Fall registration has begun, but you can still register for some shorter, more intensive summer courses as well. I believe summer session kicks off July the 11th, so you got some time to register for that. All classes offer in-person and online options. For example, we got online anytime with no established class meeting times unless listed. Online in a schedule where you log in, attend a class virtually, and you can interact with your classmates and your professor. We also have hybrid, which means it's some virtual, some in person. Hybrid lab, same thing, some virtual, some in person. And old-fashioned in-person classes on the campuses where you sit in a desk, take the class. A lot of people love that. We have those across the district as well. So you got 5 ways to learn, but you got deadlines to catch up with. In order to register for summer, you need to do it over the next week because classes start on the 11th. And if you want to register for the fall, make sure you get your classes locked in now. Go to hccs.edu/apply for more details. So tomorrow on the show, if you've ever been interested in nursing, well, we've got Coleman College's new weekend and evening, that's right, LVN classes. So you can work full time and still take these classes to better your life in the future. And for Thursday Family Fun Day, we'll learn about the Global Coptic Day celebration to discover ancient Coptic Egyptian church and its heritage, traditions, and customs. All that's tomorrow on the show. So we will see you tomorrow on the show at 10 a.m. live right here for Up to the Minute.